my clap was pathetic, but I should be able to work out which bike it is.
That's why you should never get the clap.
Wow, yeah, this isolation thing isn't doing much for your sense of humour.
This is isolation week 2 for me. You're not really isolating.
Nah. Basically, because I want it.
Excuse me.
Fucking Corona.
Your work is considered more important than mine, which is ridiculous.
I mean, yeah. Maybe it is, yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what's going on. I've just had a bit of a...
Have you got the hay fever?
I got the Rona. That's what I got.
Oh,
Rona,
no, not
which
the Rona.
also should be differentiated from Roni, the popular brand of beer, Corona. Shortened.
No, I think
Rona.
it's conspiracy. Corona wanted to sell more units. They wanted their brand to be more identifiable, but it's gotten a little bit out of hand.
Let's have a look at Corona's Twitter. Okay, are you actually? You now can't just search Corona Twitter to get the Corona beer. You have to put the word beer in it. Corona Extra. Oh no, I was supposed to go on Corona UK. Corona Extra. That's not... Here we go. Corona. What's their latest tweet? Because the other day I saw the tweet.
Fucking, it's not our fault.
That genuinely, I saw a tweet. It was like, "Stop fucking asking us about the virus."
At Corona.
Yeah, they've not tweeted anything since the 12th of March.
Conspiracy.
Oh dear. Let's have a look at Corona USA. They haven't tweeted anything since the 28th of April. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think it's the... That's the thing, because... You know all those pictures that have been going around where you can see like everything's empty apart from the Corona bit? I think the last time I walked down the booze aisle, the only thing that was entirely missing was Corona. Either they haven't restocked their Corona, or everyone's buying it just to make jokes.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't had a Corona for ages, and I would quite fancy it because it is one of my favourite beers. Just because it's like the flavour's not particularly great, right? But
it's smooth.
It's just not as gassy as other beers, and that's really nice. I do have a beer story for you for the past week that I haven't told you. We went to Tesco's on Thursday to do our normal weekly shop, which is what, as you know, married couples do.
Yeah, I know that.
Because
as a married man.
Yeah, as a married man to my wife.
Wait, we don't know whose wife she is.
One of ours. We can never keep track. But I was in a bit of a grump while we were going around the shop because I was really hungry. But this was the brilliant thing, right? It was dead, and the only thing we couldn't get was bell peppers, and we got everything else on our list. And I was like, okay, well this is absolutely fine. So
I've got bell peppers. If you want to come get them.
Yeah, no, I don't want your disgusting Corona bell peppers.
They might not have the disease. They aren't bats.
Yeah, but they probably do. So anyway, so I was like, I need some fucking beer, and they were running a promotion on Bud, and I was like, well, there's nothing else here. I'll take a crate of Bud that because Budweiser's fine. It's just not my preferred beer. Like, I don't mind it. It's in my top 10, of just lagers and stuff. Like, I do like it. I don't love it, but I was like, right, well, there's a...
Would you not say it's the king of beers?
I don't think I would. I don't even think I'd say it's the prince of beers anymore.
Is it the pauper of beers?
Exactly. That's it, the pauper of beers. So these crates of 20 bottles of beer were 2 for 20 quid. So it's 40 bottles of beer, 20 quid. I was like, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Forgot to scan it on the bloody scan and shop thing that we do.
Free beer?
I walked out of Tesco with 43 beers.
Not bad.
Yeah. I didn't mind it.
No, obviously not. Why would you mind that?
Well, this is the thing. A box has disappeared already.
Well, I mean, you've had a weekend, and working from home.
Also, equally, the Rona has made me buy lots of shit I don't need. So now I am the proud owner of Animal Crossing and Pokemon Sword on Nintendo Switch. It cost me the princely sum of £82.
Jesus, I thought I was back because I bought another pop figure. I thought it was time to, because I didn't realise that the little known author Stephen King has some stuff that's fairly popular, popular enough that you can order pop figures of it.
Well, what did you get? Pennywise?
Yeah. He's holding his little I Love Derry balloon. Like a psycho.
To be fair, I have some disposable income now. I'm going to go with the pop figure.
What are you going to get? It's going to be Pennywise, isn't it?
I've literally just googled Pennywise. Oh, I see the one you got, the I Love Derry balloon. Oh. Sorry, I have to burp it. We're here to do a thing about TV shows. Here's the thing. I'd
honestly forgotten we were recording.
I texted this to you earlier, right? I don't think it matters because I realised halfway through each show, I've seen each show before. I texted you halfway through Paranoid. I was like, I hope you don't fucking ask me anything about Paranoid because I had a really strong gin before I started watching this and I've got no idea what's happening.
So, Paranoid.
Yeah, I mean, let's get into it. Go on.
I've got some questions for you.
Please.
What's it about in great detail?
It's about they're ever so paranoid.
But that's the thing, like through it makes it seem like I got the premise was like maybe they're being unjustly paranoid, but no. They're paranoid for good fucking reason. Because obviously, like right at the start, straight up, like there was the guy walks out of the woods, and I just went, he's gonna murder someone.
And then he murdered someone.
Yeah, and then there was that sort of a little lingering shot on the woman pushing her kid, and I was like, she's gonna get murdered.
Yep.
And then there was a little bit where it was like, maybe it's the woman on the bench who gets murdered, or maybe she does the murder. But no, it turns out she's just fucking weird. And yeah, there's the murder, then the police come. As you'd expect.
As you'd hope, to be honest, when there's been a murder.
Yeah, but sometimes it's nighttime. But this is in broad daylight.
Oh yeah, and famously, the police don't work after dark.
Well, no, not these ones, they're paranoid. Scared of the dark, this lot. Bad things happen at night.
Imagine that. Imagine if the police just didn't work. No, sorry. What was that? I was scared of the dark. We ain't good, ain't that? You didn't know what's there.
Don't know what's there. Well, without you, it's the fucking purge.
I'm leaving this entirely to you. I'm looking at pop figures. What's happening? I don't know.
I always forget how professional you are after gin.
It's been quite a few as well. It's blueberry gin as well, so it tastes like juice.
That sounds tasty. Bring me some.
Really good. But now we're out of tonic water, so I don't know what to drink.
Tonic water? Lemonade. Just mix it with lemonade.
It just makes it real sweet. But, I mean, in the absence of tonic water, it might have to be.
Yeah. Just have a couple more, then bring me some.
Sure.
So, yeah, basically...
It's a pop figure for 90 quid. Fuck off.
Oh, mate, look how much the Gilmore Girls ones are.
What? It's Jack Sparrow. It's not even that difficult to get.
Like,
fuck
yeah.
off. There's one that's £3,139. It's only fucking Boba Fett.
The thing is, sometimes they go out of production. Like, they don't make new Gilmore Girls ones anymore.
That is mental. There's a Boba Fett bobblehead that's going for $3,000. Oh, it's £3,139 plus $2.99 for delivery.
You think the seller could, maybe
You could probably cover that.
Probably something like, free delivery. It'd probably be twice the price if it was free delivery.
Jesus.
So what did you think of the murder?
Oh, I thought it was a good murder. Not in the top 10 of murders.
That's the thing. I think I quite like a show that opens with just a random act of violence.
Yeah,
with no explanation or prompting. What was the other show? Because I was thinking of it, but I didn't bother to try and actually work it out. Was it The Sinner?
Oh no, The Sinner. The first episode of The Sinner ends with her stabbing the fuck out of the guy, but having no idea why.
Yeah, that's the one that my brain went to because I was like, huh. But it just happened at I forgot where it happened. I thought it opened with that.
No, it's right at the end of the show.
But then obviously you've got some office banter.
Oh, by the way, I can completely solidly confirm office banter is nowhere near as good as van banter or vanter.
Yeah, that's because in an office, people might just walk in. But in a van, if someone walks in, you're not going anywhere.
Difficult to walk into a
Well, I mean,
van.
you could walk into a van, but you're just going to bounce off.
And that's the defence we're staying with. He walked into the van.
He walked into it. But he clearly was murdered. I don't know. Stab wounds, mate. Oh, our van has knives on the sides. But that's the thing, like I think from the initial like officey bantery bit, like they don't seem to all get on. Or there's, I guess, some level of their what is it? Character bonds to be explored.
Who specifically?
Nina and
Don't give me character names.
Alec. Oh,
Yeah, I know him.
From Game of Thrones and from probably something, I guess.
From Paranoid.
Yeah, from this. And obviously, old man Bobby Day got a bit of a heart thing, or a bit of a. So he's got a bit of something. He's not.
Got a bit of something.
Yeah, he's not right. I thought he was just gonna, like, they were gonna be like, "Oh, why are you leaving?" And they was just gonna have a heart attack. Instead, someone got murdered.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised, and I've seen this before. So.
But then, yeah, they just sort of. It's just then from there. It's just sort of police procedurally stuff until the only suspect they have is dead. Which is a good start. It's how you want your prime suspect.
Fried.
Unable to answer questions. And then there's... Yeah, then there's the whole Germany thing. They're like, oh, it might be to do with, like... Because Bobby starts getting the boxes. The first one of which tells him to look into Angela's past. Angela's the one who got murdered. And then they're just like, oh, maybe it has something to do with the father of her child. Turns out he's dead. But they've got, like, the chirpy, like, German detective to, like, just sort of go and, like, sneak into his house. Yeah, are you gonna chip in at any point here?
Like I said, I've got no idea what happened. Even though this is the second time I watched it, my brain just switched off, and I was like, "Oh yeah," and then shit happened. Look, Greenall's blueberry gin is very, very nice.
Oh, that's good to know. Good to know. But yeah, I suppose like there's.
I mean, this is how bad it was, right? I thought the German people were Spanish, and I speak Spanish.
Good. Good. I guess you're probably not going to watch much more of it then.
I mean, this is the weird thing, right? Is that I said to Lise, I'm sure we've seen, and she was watching it as well. I was like, we've definitely seen this before. Neither of us remember when or where we watched it, but it was really familiar. So fuck knows when we started it. But I've definitely seen that episode before. So I remember Nina's whole thing with her husband saying, right, this is the end, but like waiting until is it his dad or his granddad's party?
Oh, it was some fucking pie. I forgot about that bit because I just didn't care.
Oh, really?
Well, there was a little bit of me was like, that's kind of sad, but who did the murder?
Very pragmatic of you. You'd be a good police officer.
Yeah, and I wasn't that invested in her character at that point. And I don't think...
She's quite cocky.
Yeah, it was interesting to see like her, like the breakdown, sort of mini breakdown she has after it. But I was like, oh, okay, cool.
In the car.
Just sort of fucking solve the murder, bitch.
Wow, really feely.
Yeah, it might be reasons people say I might be a sociopath. I don't know. But
yeah, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, I sort of want to know who did it, but I also don't.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, mostly all I want to know is who did it, and there's only 8 episodes. Oh, I might actually finish this then.
Oh, fair play.
I actually need to remember where I watched it. Where did I watch it? Because it's not on Netflix.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, then that's where I watched it.
Oh, I'm really...
Oh, well, yeah, I'm probably going to finish that off then.
Fair play. I was going to say, with all this time we've got around, but you actually don't.
Yeah, I'm still at work.
Yeah.
Which is nice, because everyone else is just like losing their fucking minds. I'm like, nah, it's fine.
We're not all shaving our heads, are we?
No.
You're just shaving
I'm just shaving other people's, yeah. It's
I've
important to draw the line.
I did get a message from a friend of mine I used to work with when I was a gardener, and he, out of nowhere, he just sent me a picture of him with a completely shaved head. So I sent him back the picture of me dressed up as Super Mario, the costume for which I made the other day. That did not go down as well as I thought it would. I thought they'd be like, holy shit, you look amazing, but like, Joe, what the fuck are you doing? I need to send you
that's what I would have expected.
I need to send you the updated picture. I'm going to do it live on the Podcast because I actually drew the moustache on my face as well over my beard.
Wow, what's left of your beard?
So to explain, I knew that we were going to have an online Mario Kart tournament with our friends on Monday night. And so to prepare for the occasion, I made a Super Mario costume out of cardboard and drew the moustache on my face. I thought it was quite a good effort.
It looks like you've drawn more than the moustache, though.
It looks like that, but funny enough, Rich, that is just my normal beard. The thing is, you can't really
tell what's drawn on and what's not.
That's the thing. If I'd clean shaved my cheeks and my chin, like completely, and then drawn the moustache on, then you'd be able to see.
But don't do that.
Well, exactly. So yeah, I just
you've got one of those faces you just kind of need to cover something.
Cover up. Yeah, sure. Should we talk about Unforgotten?
Yeah, after you.
I actually remember this one because it was before the gin.
So you could say this episode is unforgotten.
Hey! I watched this morning in bed before I started work. So basically, there's a couple of coppers, and it is discovered that underneath a building is a skeleton, and basically the first episode is the cops trying to identify a rough idea of when this body was put where it was, and there's a sort of an ongoing conversation about, you know, this case is potentially quite a few years old. Is it worth police resources to chase something that happened so long ago? And
Yeah, everyone keeps asking her when her cut-off point is.
yeah, which is,
Like,
but she does make a good point. It's like, well, if a horrific crime has taken place, does it really matter when it was, as long as there are people around to remember and be affected by it?
Yeah, because that was her thing. She was like, oh, if anyone was alive who was affected by it, or if anyone's alive who remembers someone who was affected by it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you're good people.
I really like Nicola.
Yeah, she was awesome
really
in Spooks.
Spooks, exactly, like, because this is the thing, I really, really recognise her, but I'm not sure where it's from. But
She's in Last Tango from Halifax.
No, I've not watched that.
I'm sure she was in an episode of Being Human.
I'll tell you what she was in an episode of. Inside Number 9.
That makes a lot of sense. That sounds like the sort of place you might recognise her from.
She was also in The Witcher 2 and The Witcher 3.
I think I knew that.
Inside Number 9, To Have and To Hold. I don't remember which one that was. And also Sanjeev Bhaskar, who I fucking love, because he occasionally takes over when Mark Kermode and Simon Mayo are off on their holiday. Sanjeev Bhaskar sometimes stands in and presents a show for them, and I love him.
Aww. You big softy, you. Yeah,
I'm trying to find what episode of Inside Number 9 she was in.
Series 4.
When Adrian's career as a wedding photographer starts again. Oh, that's the one that's got a fucking dark ending. That is a dark episode, that one. It's so good. Have you seen that one?
Possibly.
It's on Netflix. It's so good. That one was fucking dark.
Yeah, I need to rewatch Inside Number 9.
Oh, fuck that. She was in Jonathan Creek. We should do Jonathan Creek. Oh, actually, Jonathan Creek is, I think the pilot is a 2-parter, which is a bit of a pain in the arse. But
It's not the worst. Do you remember The Bastard Executioner?
that was alright. It wasn't too bad.
It was a 2-parter. You only watched one half.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, that's why it wasn't so bad. But
I watched 2 hours of that shit.
Scroobius Pip was in it, and Ed Sheeran was in it, and Pip stabbed Ed. So
it's still not very good.
Yeah, no, but that scene where Pip slices open Ed Sheeran's belly is quite fun.
I haven't seen it. I didn't get. I refuse.
Oh, I see. I mean, I sort of have to be Team Pip in that because you know he pays me.
Yeah, I mean, just because he's your mate, don't mean I'm gonna watch the thing.
But yeah, I really like Tom Courtenay in this. I like Tom Courtenay in everything because he's brilliant.
Fucking Theoden as well.
Yeah, nice to see him again. But fucking, he's a right bastard.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the first time I saw him, I was like, "Oh, he's just a nice little vicar, just off on his jollies, just driving about." But no, it turns out he's a bit of a cunt when it comes to his own family.
Yeah,
and he's clearly been skimming money off of the church.
Yeah, I was like, it's weird. Your maths must be rubbish. We're $2,000 short.
Yeah, I mean, as crimes in the church go, it's not a bad one.
But it's still quite bad. It's just not as bad as their other ones.
Yeah, it's the one of the ones they might not try and cover up. They just go, "Oh, this guy skimmed some money." Yeah, we won't talk about what all of his friends are doing.
We won't talk
Just
about what
focus
his
on
friends
them.
are skimming.
But then what I like is that throughout the episode you get those cuts to other characters, and my brain was just like, are these flashbacks or are they like? Because I was just sort of like, oh, they're sort of flashing back to show you the build up to the crime as they're uncovering stuff, and then like just at the end they're just that fucking list of names, and it's just like, oh, these, I recognize these names, these are all the people that you've shown me. Now it makes sense.
I mean, at this point I don't wish to worry you, but you have just turned into static and I can't hear you. I had to do. We had technical difficulties. We don't really know what happened, but
I managed to pinch a bit of skin between two rings.
Oh, that's not what you want to do. And what do your gentlemen friends think about that?
No, I've got 2 blood blisters now. That's good.
I was about to tell you a story that was highly inappropriate then, but let's move on.
Tell me after. Want to hear about your blood?
No. Unforgotten. I really like it. I can't remember how much of it I've seen. Tom Courtenay's nice. Like, I think that's the last thing I was saying before it all went to shit, was how much I like Tom Courtenay.
Yeah. Oh, I must have just... I was maybe waffled on for like another minute before I realised you were gone.
Oh, shit.
Because I really liked the format of it. Like how all of the other characters that they were showing you throughout the episode are revealed at the end to have been in some way related to
the chap,
the victim.
Yeah.
But all throughout I was just like, oh, are these... Is this like flash asides? Like, are they flashing back to the build up to the murder, and it's just going to play alongside as like they figure stuff out? But then they were just like, boom, names, and I was like, oh fuck yeah! I hope it wasn't Theoden. And yeah, I really liked that. To be fair, I really enjoyed the show.
Yeah, well,
the thing, I know exactly why I picked it as well. I know I picked it because Nicola Walker's in it.
Who's in it? Nicola Walker.
Yeah,
she is very good, to be fair.
Yeah, and like the thing I've seen her the most in is Spooks, because she's in like, I want to say like 6 seasons of it.
Does she get killed? Most of them do.
I can't remember if she dies at the end. No, there's a good chance that she does, or she might be one of those rare people who walks away.
Well, it seems we're having technical difficulties once more. Well, this is good. I'm going to be honest. I don't really give a shit what Rich thinks about the shows from here. So what I'm going to do is end the podcast, because what's the fucking point? Our next episode, we're doing another UK versus US special, which we did a couple of last year, and they went down really well. So the next one we're going to do is Queer as Folk. Queer as Folks? Or Queer as Folk? I don't really know what it is, but it's UK versus US Queer as Folk. So that'll be the end of that. And Rich, you're a massive bell end.